You ready?
Yeah.
Well, here goes nothing.
All right, guys.
That was Sam's first cuss word.
What? All right, I said yeah. Okay, bad start. Real bad.
Yeah.
Episode 4. He's already dying. This is a special day for you guys because
We have a guest.
we have our very first guest and possible investor if we play our cards right. We're just going to refer to him as Redhead Joe.
Redhead Joe.
And that's really all you need to know. You don't need to know where he's from or what he does. Because per instruction.
Thank you for the mysterious entrance.
Yeah, okay. Talking to the mic, though. Anyway.
Thanks for having me on the podcast, guys. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Welcome to my home.
We're in his house right now. It's a little bit cluttered. I'm looking around.
I think it's nice.
It's nice.
It's nice.
The
thinking about
CK
moving.
exam review books really tie the room together.
Yeah. Well, anyway. I just want to start. We're going to start off with the first thing I wrote down.
Yeah.
Redhead Joe already knows about it.
I don't.
Oh, God, yeah.
You don't. So last couple podcasts we talked about, like breaking things. In this past week, I had an episode where. What's wrong with you?
Oh, I think I do know.
So, I'm playing pickleball at the gym.
Okay, I know.
I get really pissed off because I'm getting killed.
That's what happens every time you play pickleball.
No, I usually dominate, right? So, I got particularly angry. And you get that level of anger where you have to physically do something. Now, I can't punch the wall, so I threw the paddle down and broke it. I broke the paddle. And I felt so guilty about it. I was like, maybe I tell management, like, hey, you know.
Was it a clean break? Like
it was a clean break. Not in half, but the handle was broken.
Handle, that's what I mean.
The handle was broken. It wasn't off, but there's tape around it, so it's not like it was separated into two parts.
Yeah.
So the tape was keeping it together, but it was like clearly wobbly, and you couldn't hit it. I felt conflicted because I'm like a good person, right? So I wanted to tell management, but then I looked at the prices and I was like, $25 for this paddle.
It was only $25. I was
20.
looking them up, and
They get to about $50, but this one was like $25, $30.
Yeah.
I decided not to say anything out of embarrassment because I got angry, and anger comes and goes, and then you're left. It's like post-nut syndrome. It's.
Excuse me. What kind of podcast is this?
It's November, sir.
Shit, I thought we had a guest.
right.
Joe hasn't even talked. Anyway, so yeah, you're right. I didn't tell. A day later, I walk in. Management's like, hey, man, the paddle's broken. I was like, oh, no. What happened? Kind of like curious to see, like, did they check cameras to know it was me?
You know, like a liar.
Yeah. And I said, I was
Good
like,
person.
I was like, hey, what happened? By the way, what happened? He's like, man, I don't know. I went to swing and it hit the wall and it broke. So I got away with something.
Wow.
So that took about 5 minutes just to get to that
I
conclusion.
hope the police are listening.
Well, it's not a crime. It's just like, it's a family gym. You have nothing to say about that?
What I said was I hope the police aren't listening because you're going to go to jail if they are. You're super guilty.
You're lucky I don't go to that particular gym anymore. They turn you in.
So are we not saying local business names?
I don't know. Y'all just
I don't
said
know.
the
I
names,
just-
so
He went with
I was going
management.
without it.
We didn't say the guy's name.
When these people track you down, so I was keeping it broad.
Yeah, I mean, for the crime, of course.
Yeah, multiple reasons.
But this reminded me of a time,
That's
and
right.
you know
The
this.
camera.
It's becoming a
Right.
pickleball gym now. That
It
gym's
is.
basically
Once I
going to
left-
go under because you broke the paddle.
Yeah, once I left, pickleball just
Yeah.
took over. No more basketball.
No more.
They actually
Kind of
replaced the
annoying.
rim today because the rim was broken. They actually didn't fix it. Remember when the rim broke?
Yeah.
They didn't fix it. They
Like
just
the whole summer I spent there.
Yeah, they didn't fix the rim. They simply unbolted it and put the rim on another goal and took the nice rim and moved
my
it
gosh.
onto the other
Oh my
one.
gosh, cheap.
Of course they did.
But Joe, you can relate to this because you are kind of Catholic. Not really, but you should be.
I'm not Catholic. I went to a Catholic
but you
high
were.
school,
You are white.
You're not Catholic?
And most Catholics are.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. But this story, and you already know about this, and you lived through it, reminded me of the time during confirmation class.
Oh my God.
It was the first meeting, and we're playing Ultimate Frisbee with like a hacky sack or something like that. And
No, we got this bounce ball.
it was a bounce ball, but it's like a hacky sack. It was
those
like
dollar ones that
Alright.
you get at Walmart.
But it was like Ultimate Frisbee. Joe, this is what happened. Red
First day of confirmation.
Yes.
Well, first day of the last year.
Yeah, sorry. It was the final year.
Do the listeners know your name?
Yeah, Cameron.
We got
Oh, Peter.
a wee lad of Cameron. Just, 12 years old in confirmation?
No, that's not.
No, this is in high school.
Oh, okay. When I got confirmed, I was 12.
Yeah, it's because no, that doesn't make sense.
I was Methodist.
Oh, yeah.
I am
Well,
Methodist.
they do it
I
early.
was past
Fucking
tense.
creeps.
Wow.
No,
I don't
This
know
just
if
you know Chase is
religion
Lutheran.
phobic. He's not.
This just didn't.
Where he
really
was.
jump.
He went to Lutheran.
Methodist.
Anyway, jeez. So we're playing the game and we're running, and I use my athletics. I'm too athletic for the gym because all these people are like churchgoers and they're not capable.
The gym can't contain you. Gym's never
It's
seen
like these
someone
types of.
like
This is where people get hurt because they don't know how to play.
The sad thing, we weren't teamed up. We dominated.
No, we would kill because you're a passer by nature.
I'm a passer by heart.
You serve. You service others
I do.
by
you.
nature.
Okay.
Like I'm a giver, not a taker.
Yes. Anyway,
And
ball
football field.
ball goes up. It happened so quickly, and I didn't feel a ton of contact, but my elbow grazed. It felt like it grazed against this guy, and it was one of the counselors. I split this guy's head open so deep.
Dude, it was.
Shit stopped. The whole
Everybody
gym was
stopped.
like, "What happened?" And I just assumed they all saw what I did. So I'm just like looking around. I might have been laughing, but they take him into the back and they try to like dress the wound, and he's got like the 1940s like bandage around his head.
Around the head. Classic, like just
And
movie.
He's there for like it's like a 3-hour class because it's like once a month. So he's like waiting in the gym for like an hour for like his mom to get there and pick him up. And after that, I don't see him. Now fast forward, no one sees
So
him.
this kid basically just died on the battlefield on that basketball court.
This guy's head was deep. It was open, blood everywhere. And I'm a thin guy. Well, I used to be a thin guy.
You're still small.
I'm still small. Well, but my elbow does some damage.
It did.
But I told you in confidence, and you didn't snitch on me at all.
I didn't.
No, you didn't.
I thought it was hilarious.
But we go through like it's like an 8-month class once a month. So
Yeah.
no one sees this guy for 8 months, and then the last class, it's our retreat, and it's like a 2-day thing.
Yeah.
And they kind of have like adult or like
The
speakers, whatever. The counselors speak and like give their testimony or whatever. All of a sudden, this guy shows up.
We're all sitting crisscross applesauce.
Yeah, we're like on the
watching
floor
this.
watching
Oh,
like
it's
they're on
just
like a
sitting by
stage.
camera.
They're on no, you're across the room.
Oh yeah, I am. I forgot. But we can see each other.
Yes. This guy shows up. All the blood leaves my body somehow. Mysteriously.
Just like it left his.
Yes, just like it left his. Yes.
Full circle.
Full circle. Good job. I hope he's not listening. Probably not. But I see him right anyway.
Dude, oh my god.
So
I'm telling him.
So his speech, I don't even know his name. He was like, "Hey guys, most of y'all don't remember me. I was the guy that, like the first day, got elbowed in the face, and I had to go to the hospital." He went through this harrowing story of like his hospital visit, where like the doctors couldn't see him for like
4
2
hours.
hours,
It was
for like
4
hours.
He was in line for 4 hours. Bleeding.
He was
just
bleeding.
out.
And he was like,
4 hours
he was like,
bleeding.
he was like, yeah, I was like hallucinating. I had severe
out
mood
and
swings.
stuff.
I was having severe mood swings. I'd be laughing, and then I'd start crying, and then I was like,
Dude, it
"Jeez."
got intense.
And then he's like, the only thing I wish I knew was who did it.
He said, if you're here, I'm not going to be upset.
He's like,
just raise your hand.
He's like, I'm
Just raise your
not
hand.
going to be upset, but I know you're here.
I just want to
Please fess up.
And we catch eyes.
And
we're just like...
then right when he said that, I just turned to my left and across the room.
And we catch eyes, and we're just like
Peter.
trying not to laugh, and we're like, oh...
No one spoke up. And
Y'all should have blamed it on some other kid in the class.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell
it. Was little Timmy over there.
It was Timmy.
I saw it. I remember.
I think the mystery's the best. He doesn't even know. And I see this guy every now and then at church.
Dude, you see him. I've never seen him since. But you see him a good bit.
Oh, dude.
You haven't talked to him about it? You haven't been like, hey, that was me.
Does he
No.
know you? Does he know you?
No,
just
he doesn't.
Aside from that?
No. I've never, I just see him from afar. But this guy, here I am.
For 2 classes.
He was a counselor, showed up for, one in the very beginning, and then 8 months later is seeking retribution. And just to know who did it to him.
You know what? I'll give it to him for coming back because he didn't have to go through it all because he only showed up to 2 classes over the whole thing. First and last.
Yeah.
So he didn't have to come back. So
Did they let him get confirmed?
No, he was a
No,
counselor. He was
Oh,
already
he was a counselor?
Yeah, he was like an older adult. He was probably like
Yeah.
2 years.
probably in like college or something. But
Yeah.
so that's how I remember that story. And I was just like, oh, I thought I just elbowed this guy and he just got stitches. But no, he was like
he was
dying.
dying. He was dying, bleeding out.
Well, because
Did
of
they give
some
him staples or something?
yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Oh.
One time, someone bit me in the head, and it started bleeding. I did a spin move in a basketball game, and he had buck teeth, dude. This guy had buck teeth, and literally, like.
I've done that plenty of times.
Tell us about it.
No. So once the worst head injury I ever had, I was in like 1st grade, and we had some friends in from out of town, and we were playing tag outside. Man, my mom had a minivan with the sliding doors on it, and
As minivans do.
yeah. Right. So the other kid was and I was running away, and he cut through the minivan and slid the door open as I was rounding the corner, and as I was rounding the corner, I turned my head and just gashed it straight on the side of the sliding door. And I had to go to the emergency room just like that kid. I was there for hours. I don't know.
Jeez.
I was going in and out. I don't remember a whole lot.
Well,
I just remember waking up and being in a turban, basically.
Turban.
Well,
Yeah, all kinds of a dress, like
Yeah.
a headdress, gauze. It was awful.
That sounds awful. But speaking of tag, what a fun game as a kid. I remember we had, I guess, this one kid in our class, and in 2nd grade, and he used to slap us as hard as he could when he tagged us. So one day, I had enough. I'm not a big person of confrontation, but he comes up, and I kind of juke him, and I grab him by the front of the shirt, and I throw him to the ground, and I was like, dang, like, because since then, I've done nothing like that to anybody. And, like, just, like, threw him on the ground, tumbled and stuff, started crying.
Damn, you're bullying.
And then I got in trouble because he said I choked him. And I said,
oh,
2nd grade, I was saying, that's impossible. You can't choke somebody from the back of the neck. Like,
Horse
the
collar.
front of the shirt. It's impossible.
it is impossible. I would say.
But I got my revenge. I did have to sit out the rest of...
Wait.
Wow, you had to sit
Recess.
out.
The only
That's the
time.
worst part.
I know. That's my
Well, I'm
tag
just gonna-
story.
Well, okay, whatever. I'm gonna go back to the cutting your head open. I have actually 2 stories. Bloody, possibly fatal.
Well, you're still here.
Now, I have a scar on my head right here, on my forehead.
How'd you get it, Cam?
I'm going to explain it. You're very
That's
intuitive.
That's a great question.
I now know why you went into accounting. I'm playing basketball. I'm 12 years old. I'm at the gym. I'm about to meet my new coach for AAU. So I'm trying to act all cool. And back then, I was like a shithead, annoying kid with like weird levels of confidence, even though...
Like you are now?
No, I'm very
So
humble.
not much has changed, right?
I'm the best one out there.
No, I'm just playing, I'm just shooting. And I'm trying to do these trick shots. Now, I'm doing a scoop, a right-handed scoop, like you're bowling, from like it's a little bit behind the goal, where the baseline meets the sideline, like in the deep corner, a little bit behind the rim.
From the pocket.
Right. I hit the shot, and I'm like, hell, yeah. I'm excited.
I'm stoked.
Yeah, I'm backing up like I'm the biggest dude. I whip my head around and just hit the corner of a wall. Just
I totally forgot what this story was about until you said that.
Where are you going with this, man?
And then I was like, oh wait, now that's
meeting my coach, and then my coach was there, and I backpedal like I'm cool, whip, and then bam, just like literally like it was like a corner of a wall, brick wall. Had to get 7 stitches. And then the other time, the other story was when I had.
Did you make the team?
Yeah, I'm the coach's son.
He's the best.
You said you're.
Well, okay, yeah, I know, but I mean, you know,
Who's
my
your
dad
dad?
was still affiliated with the coaching and stuff. But I was worthy,
Yeah.
as most coaches' sons are not. I had the skill.
Yeah.
The second time story is when I almost lost my fingers in a blender.
I feel this familiar.
Yeah.
You may have told me.
I was a small kid, and we would make protein shakes at night, and like it would be like real protein shakes where it's like, you know, put the ice and everything in the blender and stuff.
You know, a protein shake.
Yeah.
Well, you put the protein in. You shake it up.
Now we didn't have enough ice, apparently, as we
Never
never
have ice
do.
at your house.
We have too many.
That's the worst. It's the You got a European house.
There's
no
too many
ice.
kids, and I get really
They get a
upset.
second freezer.
I get really upset.
They do.
I get really upset. I get really, really upset that there's like 3 ice cubes in there and we can't make the shake. Now, for whatever reason,
He's angry.
I leaned over, and I was shorter. I leaned over, put my hand in the blender to get the ice cubes out. In my chest, pushed the on button. Yeah, and
Dude, that would have been a great story.
if I lost my fingers,
To how to lose a finger.
I probably wouldn't be your friend anymore. I probably would have started making fun of you at Callaway's at the gym when I saw you.
Don't rewind that. The secret is out. This
but
just
yeah,
in, Redhead Joe.
I got it out of there, and with just a couple nicks.
Wow. You got scars? Let's see them.
I forget, like honestly,
Just
it's
with a
really
guitar.
yeah, it's right here. Remember, here's one of them.
Oh, wow. There it is.
I made it out there with all my fingers to the listeners.
I'm seeing 10 fingers.
All 4 of
listeners.
them. Is that nothing has happened to you like that?
No
scares.
I think I may have done something similar, but just playing with it, like putting stuff down into the disposal and turning it on.
That
scares me.
scares the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Also, why is the noise so
Yeah.
like breaking bones?
Well, we're on this topic. What's the dumbest thing you've done as a kid?
I think the blender thing. I think the fucking blender.
Oh, man, I'd have to think a while.
I feel like I've got a good bit of them. One in particular. And this is not a crazy one. It's just really stupid. My mom was ironing while I was in New Orleans. And she goes, hey, the iron's hot. Don't touch it.
What'd you
This
do?
is not going where you think it may be going.
Oh.
So I walk up to the iron,
And I
2-year-old me, and I touch it.
Yeah.
Full palm on the iron.
Let's go
And
exactly where
I
was
just like,
going.
oh! The little, like, divots that, like, allow the air to go through the iron or wherever the hell
Mm-hmm.
were marked on my hand.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I must have held it for a while. Or
Yeah, you
something.
were on there.
Like, I was really feeling the temperature. ouch.
Yeah.
And I immediately started, it was literally my mom just turned away. And I like immediately was like, what?
I burned my dad's hand with a cigarette lighter. The one that's in the car. Back when I was young, they had the car cigarette.
Yeah, they don't
lighters.
do those anymore.
No,
God,
they don't.
you're old, dude.
And I didn't know what it was, so I just pressed the button and it turned it on. My dad goes, "Don't do that." So I was like, "Okay, you take it then." And I put it in his hand and it burnt the shit. I mean, part of it's got to be on him, right? It's like, who puts their hand out to take a cigarette lighter from a little kid that doesn't know what he's doing?
It was glowing. Yeah, so I put it in his hand. Put out the light, Dad.
Oh fuck. Oh.
So that's the story that always stuck with me. What else did I do? There was a lot of dumb things. I said a lot of dumb, like back talking to my parents.
Oh my gosh. I've had some things to my mom.
Yeah, right. It's just like you don't, as a little kid, you don't really think about it. Once you get older, you're like, wow, that was awful.
My dad, I think I've told you this. Whenever I would have a bad attitude or like play bad in a game, not the fact that I played bad in the game, but the fact that I had a shitty attitude during the game and I was playing bad. As punishment, he would drop me off like 2 miles away from home, and I would. No, I'm dead ass serious. One time,
we had to push the car.
no, one time, out of spite.
It was raining.
Out of spite.
It locked me out.
Out of spite, he dropped me off at the library.
Oh yeah.
And it's like 1.5, 2 miles away, and I'm like 12.
You said get out of the car.
He would just like, I'm dropping you at the library and you're going to run home. And of course, I'm like, as like a 13-year-old, I don't even know how to get home. and I walked. Out of spite, I walked home. I'm like, I'll show them. They're going to be worried. I'm going to take 4 hours to get home. I get home. My mom's like freaking out. I don't think she was crying. And my dad said, "Let's go." And I said, "What? What do you mean?" "We're getting in the car. We're going back. You're going to run home."
No, he did not.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And another time.
Don't just skip over that. That's hilarious.
Dude, I'm just.
That's a great one.
Well,
man.
me and my older brother in middle school, we were like, there was nothing.
There's so many of y'all.
There was nothing to do with us. Like, spanking didn't work. It ended up.
Liked it.
It ended up being.
We leaned into it.
No. Spanking didn't work.
Get the bell. Don't get the bell.
Anyway,
please, whatever you do, don't hit me hard. I'm very sensitive in this area.
It got to the point of like, we would do like workouts and also like psychological warfare. We had this tree stump outside, and at the time in our neighborhood we had a coyote infestation. And my dad, if we pissed him off,
tie you to the stump and feed you to the coyotes.
No, we would stand. He would make us stand on the stump, and it's dark as shit outside. My neighborhood has poor lighting.
That's why we have all these fears. It's the root.
The dark is it's kind of scary, dude. Yeah. And I'm hearing howling, and I'm like, dude, this guy. It's like psychological warfare. I'm like, how do I beat this?
This explains a lot about you.
It's whatever.
Sense.
But one time.
It's whatever.
One time during my game, I was in seventh grade, and I got these new shoes, and I was playing bad and had a poor attitude. And during a timeout, my dad said, if you don't fix it, he came onto the court and whispered, if you don't fix it, I'm taking your shoes off your body and giving them to your brother.
On the court?
Yeah.
Did you take your shoes?
No, I ended up like, I don't know. I kept the shoes on. I don't know what happened.
Kept the shoes on. Congrats.
I bet you was your parents hard on you? Especially with
but you were
good at dude like
you're older. I mean, you're not that much older, but you're still older.
I got spanked a lot.
Exactly, in the time of spankings.
Yeah, a lot. I got the belt.
Because you liked it, like
one. Yeah, I got the belt one time, and my mom was like, "You better not fucking do that ever again."
To your dad?
To my dad, and he was like, "Okay."
Really?
Is it like, oh, I'm really pale, but it left crazy right?
Oh, he's
Because
right
I'm so
now.
pale. And my mom freaked out. And he was like, okay, we won't do that again. But whenever I acted like a little shit playing racquetball, bro, he pulled me off the court. He forfeited me out of tournaments.
You've been pulled off a court before?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I've been pulled off a court mid-game.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Mid-match.
What have you done?
I'm not athletic.
I was in third grade when that
I was
happened.
on the bench.
Yeah.
I don't really have a bad attitude playing sports.
Yeah,
I
you're
usually
right.
get
Too
I don't know.
competitive, man.
But you,
That's what it was.
You gotta stay away from him.
I'm on the bench cracking jokes on the side.
by the way, playing the bench was the best. I love playing bench.
You get the best stories. You know?
You are a problem when you participate in athletic
Oh,
stuff
God.
because you are the issue. What I'm talking about, you're the reason. People like you are the ones that, like real players like me, elbow
Like
because
me.
you have broken people's teeth, literally, on accident.
Yeah, I heard.
Because you
Oh,
can't
it's
control
like being-
yourself.
I'm great at hurting people on accident.
He
Yeah.
can't control his body.
It's a talent.
You put Peter at center.
Tell
and
the
him,
story
"Cover
about.
my paint.
Tell
I
what
dare
you did to Taylor. Keep it. Okay,
Okay,
let me set
so-
the. Taylor
I'll
has
show you
the
a picture.
strongest face.
Very
you've-
juicy teeth.
Okay.
He's got
That
a
helps.
high, strong ass cheekbones.
I want to punch this kid already.
Giant.
I don't know him.
You would.
Yeah.
I hope Taylor's listening.
Strongest teeth.
Okay.
Giant
Big teeth.
teeth.
All right. Big teeth.
A big smile with a
Yeah.
giant teeth.
Real estate
Okay.
smile.
Dude, yep. Yep. Anyways, we're playing basketball at my house. I got the goal to a nice size of 8 feet high, so we can dunk.
Of course.
Are we on the same team? I think it's you,
Yes.
me versus Trey and Taylor.
It doesn't matter the teams.
Whatever. Taylor's on the other side, and we're like guarding each other. I get the ball in the paint, and I throw up a pump fake.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of falls for it, but then he over dramatizes it and just goes, whoa, and does a spin.
Over dramatizes it.
That's the word. I'm dyslexic. Anyways, he does that. He goes, whoa. And so I'm like, okay, well, if he's going to do that, I'm just going to be like theatrical and like lower my shoulder and kind of go up to dunk and stuff. But when I went to lower my shoulder and when I went to go up, Taylor turned around. And his chin, my shoulder went under his chin. And I went up and hit him under the chin. And his teeth just perfectly hit each other and they went. And like they just.
That doesn't
They
matter.
went. They just clapped.
I
You
think
know?
everyone knows that noise, though. Everyone's had that happen.
Chipped 3 teeth in one move.
But like
and
the front
scored
two.
the bucket.
And won! But his mom got
His
pissed.
mom called and he
yeah.
called his mom and put her on speaker.
I'm sure that's it. Dude, this
Taylor!
is expensive.
Are you kidding me? And like I was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna kill me. She said, Peter did what? I was like, I'm gonna die. Like she's coming after me. Apparently she saw the damage. She was like not too upset. She's like, you know how much I paid for your teeth?
You know how much me and your father invest in your teeth?
Screw college.
You're
You put that money towards your teeth.
You're gonna be a real estate agent.
But it made me feel better because I think the next week he goes tubing, and he gets hit by a wave. The tube hits him in the face. He chips half of his front teeth.
Oh my god.
They're stock teeth.
He's got a new one now, but it's like. So I didn't feel as bad, but yeah. I also took Paul's eye out.
Wait.
From
Oh
yeah.
shit! I thought you were meaning like
No, my
physically
brother.
the eye
Yeah, he
popped
took it.
out.
Yeah, he did. That's what he's saying.
No,
So
he didn't
took his
take his
eyeball.
eye out.
Yeah, I took it.
No,
and
he
I
threw
ran with
a
it.
teeth.
Like Dexter.
You had? Were you there for that? You were there for that.
No.
Peter had. We went. He had one of the worst passing weeks ever.
Oh, it was awful.
Because you try to do too much sometimes. There's like just a pass, just make the pass. But he tries to do some fancy thing, and he dribbles into the lane, and it doesn't matter the positions or whatever. He ends up hitting Paul in the face with a basketball, and Paul's like, he's like rubbing his eye, and Paul's like, I gotta go. I'm like, wow, okay, lose. You know, like you're really gonna
Soft.
get hit.
Soft.
Come next day, Paul's like, I had to have eye surgery.
Oh my god.
And Karen just texts me. I'm like, what? I'm like, shut up, you're joking. And he's like, no, he has to have eye surgery. And I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna face Paul. Well,
Yeah.
Cause I got he
A
was,
retina.
he was upset with me because like I hit him and then immediately I was like well not immediately like right when I found out
Yeah.
because I turned around later and I was just like noticed he was only I was like what happened? I actually hit him in the eye and then I was hit him in the eye. I was afraid.
With a basketball.
With a basketball.
A
Not
basketball.
even like a finger, no
Well,
elbow.
what happened was I was going up for the hoop. Okay. I know
You
I'm
were
not-
going
Now you know he's
I
not
know I'm
playing.
not- I know my limits.
I'm gonna go score a basket.
I know my limits.
Yeah.
So he steps
Getting a
forward.
bucket,
He
man.
steps forward to block me. I know my limits, so I'm like, I'm not gonna get through.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good defender. Okay. I'm gonna pass out, but he predicts the pass out. I
So
didn't
he
know.
backs
I
up.
did a no look pass over the shoulder.
Magic Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson.
Kurt
Yeah.
Rambis stuff.
Minus the
Pistol
eights.
Pete.
Pistol. Stinky Pete.
Minus the eights. Don't call me Stinky
Pete.
Y'all shut up. I don't want that being a
Pistol
thing.
Pete.
Don't call me that, bro.
In the comments, drop Stinky Pete.
We
If you
haven't
heard
had
that.
one comment.
Oh, we're gonna have a bunch more.
Just
Anyways,
you.
I throw the ball back.
It's like
He
just
turns
Stinky Pete
around
hole.
to look back at the ball, nails him in the eye. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. And like, I'm like, I don't know if you heard me say I'm sorry. I didn't try to get you anything. Type thing. He's done with me.
Yeah.
He was.
How
pissed.
long ago
He
was
pissed
this?
At me.
It was in the
This summer.
Oh, this summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking about Paul that was on our team, Paul?
Yeah.
Paul,
Yes.
Yeah, Jim Paul.
Had no idea that he had to have eye surgery.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like invasive.
I've known
Like,
It wasn't
Paul
like
for-
crazy eye surgery.
throughout that
He
thing.
made it sound like it was.
Oh, yeah.
he
Okay.
just said it was
Makes it
eye.
sound.
No, it was eye surgery, but it's not like the. I don't
Yeah,
know
I
how
was
you
like-
operated
He's
on
only
a
out
fucking
for, like,
They
eye.
had to
couple
pop
days,
his
isn't it?
eyeball
Yeah,
back in socket.
Yeah, it was like a retina.
shit.
It was like a retina thing, like a
Yeah.
torn retina. I don't know.
Walking around.
Best part is,
I'm
I
waiting
didn't
for
have
Paul
to
to be
pay
walking
for
around with an eye
anything.
patch. Of course not.
Wait, what'd you
Was
say?
it your-
the best part is I didn't have to pay for anything.
No.
Why would you?
I just said I'm sorry, and then next time we played together, he was on my team to make sure.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he said, "Let's not hit anybody's eyes," and I was like, "Okay."
Dude, Paul.
Paul's a
He
cool-
never
left
lets
it
you
at
forget,
that.
dude,
He left
that
it at
guy.
that jab, and I was like, "Okay, I'll take that one."
Yeah,
Yeah.
Paul's a cool kid.
It was an accident.
Be too bad about it.
Yeah, I'll take that jab.
Here's something. This is gonna totally unrelated to what we've been talking about, and I hate this about myself.
Hey, let's switch the conversation to being about Cam.
Yeah. Well, isn't it always?
Welcome to this podcast.
Yeah.
I have another story about
Here goes
me and
Cam.
you. Yeah. So I'm talking with Cameron.
I'm finished.
Okay, so I do this a little bit with you, but that's because it's a different scenario. So episode 2 was about, my relationship with like the girlfriend's parents
Yeah, the old ball and shit.
and like how to behave.
Being shy.
Horribly shy. It's almost been 9 months. I feel like such a bitch, dude. I have to text her when I'm home, when I'm there. I'm not comfortable just getting there and walking in.
I know. I've tried to get you. Just
I know.
walk in.
I can't do it.
I was
So
after
like
6 months,
Why
it's
not?
good. After 6 months,
I don't
good.
know. I don't feel comfortable. It's just like, hey, I'm here. I'm just like breaking in.
Talk to
like-
him like it's me and Peter.
I mean, text
I
him.
can't.
But walk,
Why
you
not?
walk towards it.
Just
They would love it.
No,
I
it's
don't know.
crazy.
They
He
would.
still texts me that though. He's like, "Who's home?"
Yeah,
I
yeah.
gotta know who's home.
because I'm
I'm like,
uncomfortable.
I've known you since kindergarten. I'm
It's-
like the second
It's
youngest.
really
No
just your
family members
dad.
knew.
It's really just your dad.
And when is
'Cause
he home? really, I'd like to know where's he went out to get milk.
Okay. Anyway, no, it's just like what's
Probably
funny is
right.
I'm doing well with your parents.
Oh, you've been killing it recently.
All you have to it's just
They think we're dating.
no.
Just kidding.
Okay. But like I'm cool with your brothers and sisters now, so I don't know what the
You're
deal
starting to
is.
get more vocal. Only took you 15 years.
Yeah, and I was really into frisbee golf, disc golf.
Disc golf.
And I texted your brother. I was like, "Hey, man, just let me know when y'all play next." And then he just didn't text me, and I was like,
He doesn't text. You have to call him.
"Well, now it's been too long," and he's like, "Way better." So,
Yeah. He'll still love anybody come play with him.
but is that an issue now? Should I just start walking in?
Well, you knock.
I mean,
She's just walked into my house before.
look. This is what I'm saying.
I don't knock when I get to Peter's.
For her,
That's a little different.
just text, "Hey, I'm here," and just walk in.
Yeah.
So then she knows if she's in a room or something. She knows.
Yeah,
you're
but what
she's
if?
not,
What if?
like,
What
you're
if?
not waiting.
Yeah.
But you're also letting yourself in, so you're doing both. Now I've had a little predicament with your girlfriend recently.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
And
yeah.
it was a misunderstanding.
Okay,
And
okay,
you
it's
made
not
me
what it
out
sounds
to
like,
look
folks.
She went into his DMs.
No, it's not what it sounds like.
You made me look like a jerk.
Okay.
And I was just mentioning to you. I was like, hey, this is kind of weird.
Okay,
I
so
think it's funny. It's
that
weird.
rewind a couple months. We're playing pickleball.
My first time playing.
First time playing pickleball, and afterwards we're like, oh, we wanted to go see Bullet Train,
It's $5 movie.
and it was like a special night where it's like $5
It was
per
Cinema
ticket.
Week or something.
Cinema Week.
Oh, it's $5 Tuesdays too.
Yeah.
That is true. And Peter bought all the tickets, and then we all Venmo him.
Mm-hmm.
Peter comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, she Venmoed me like."
No, I didn't say anything. I don't
Yeah, you did. No, you did.
I
You
mentioned
did.
it?
Because I remembered it. Because
Okay.
then, yeah, you did.
Okay. Oh yeah, I did.
You
I
did. You're like, "Hey, she only gave me like
$4.30.
$4.30," and I'm like, "Oh, that's weird.
Straight.
It's why would you know?"
You cut me out 70 cents. I mean, it's not.
That is
it's
strange.
not.
If it's
it's not a lot of
$5, it's
money. It's not a lot of
$5.
money. It's
Right.
not a lot of money for me to get
So-
upset about. I just think it's odd.
Yeah.
It is odd.
Yeah.
But the reason why you didn't care is because her roommate was also there, and she paid extra.
yeah.
She paid like $5.
And
Ten-
She rounded up.
Whatever.
Whoever.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. So then we forgot
It
about
may have
it.
been like $4.90, and
Yeah.
then she gave me. Something.
We forgot about it. And then last week, during the LSU Bama game, Peter had to buy her dad like Powerball tickets because he was out of town or something.
Yeah, it was the Powerball.
So we're all at the gas station, and the lady says $10 for the Powerball tickets because they got 5,
Mm-hmm.
and 5 times 2
Yep.
is 10.
That's how math works. That checks out. Don't need a calculator for that one.
Actually,
Yeah.
I have that thing where like I have to make sure, so I
Redhead
do
goes
that.
quick with the math.
We do numbers here.
So yes,
Crunch it.
this is a numbers house.
$10
And then
Powerball
right,
tickets.
the cash register lady says it, and we're all standing there, $10.
I say it too.
And then as we're walking out, Peter says, "Oh, by the way, it was $10."
And it says it on the ticket.
And it says it on the ticket.
Mm-hmm.
The next day, I'm at Peter's house. He's like, "Hey, I talked about it with Joey and
My older brother.
yeah, his older brother, and we think it's weird. And I wasn't gonna bring it up, but it happened twice. She paid me $971,
I was like, that's a weird number.
and so I got
How did you get that number? It's not like it's 975, 950,
So-
925, 971.
so
Is it
I
her personality to joke around with something like that?
no
I've never met her.
no.
Okay.
I was feeling.
She
confused.
tells
I was
jokes,
maybe it was an
but not with
insult.
money. We don't fuck around with the money.
Okay. Yeah. It's serious. It's serious.
$10 is a
You're
lot.
messing with green.
So I text her. I'm like, "Hey, are you?"
I didn't want to really. Say
I just
anything.
really just because
I
I'm
gotta
She
know.
feel very
I gotta
confident.
know.
Yeah, I'm
'Cause
curious. I'm like, that's
I've built
weird.
a relationship, like as a,
I'm like-
as a friend, as a trustworthy.
I'm
friend.
like, why is she doing this to Peter? And so I text her. I was like,
It's my
"Hey,"
boy.
I was like, "Hey, no, I just think it's weird as shit. I don't care about like."
What's the
A
thought
co-
process behind it? I want to know the
Yeah, I want to know why you're.
Psychology.
Why is it? First off, why is it 971? That's such a random ass like decimal, like you know, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I texted her. I was like, "Hey, why are you like shortchanging Peter?" And like literally, that's basically what
Oh,
I
you
said.
said shortchanging. Yeah.
Not
yeah.
shortchanging, but like,
Where's
"Hey."
the-
I said no.
It's
What I
not
said was,
awkward.
what I okay, I have the text. Well, that's too far. But I was like, "Hey, why are you not paying Peter in full?"
Oh.
And she's like, "What do you mean?" And I think I'm like cracking a case. I think I'm like, "What?
Yeah.
Who am I dating?"
You're the FBI.
I'm like,
Is she doing this to me?
like, I thought that I was like, "What is like what is the benefit of?"
Slowly
30
but surely,
cents.
She's taking.
She's
couple cents
saving
at a
money.
time.
She's
Those
really
cents
thinking
add
about it.
up.
And we still don't know the answer.
Mhm.
She's like, "Oh, I didn't believe her at first." She's like, "Oh, I didn't know."
You don't mean you don't know.
I was like, "What are you
Exactly.
talking about? What are you talking about? You enter the price. It's $10. You have to manually enter
It's
$971."
Venmo.
We still don't know.
Maybe
So,
she's dyslexic.
so then
or
I
has a
said,
really terrible
then I
memory.
thought about it. I was like, maybe they take like a percentage. And then Peter's like, "That's not true because
Never
I just
had that
paid
happen
him.
with anybody.
Because that's never happened
Yeah.
before, and I just
With
paid him
anyone.
recently to go see Bill Burr for the tickets." And it was like,
Oh,
I paid him. I paid him the full price
Yeah.
and nothing.
But then she goes, okay, and she sends me some money. I get 89 cents. I'm like, that's kind of a weird number, but I'll take it. It makes up for both tickets. Or
We still
both
don't know what
things.
happened. And I'm still skeptical.
She sends a picture of her Venmo, and it says it's gone through as $10 and $1. But I get it as $9.71 and 89 cents. I just think it's strange. I'm not like really upset, and I feel like
Do you have,
it sounded like I was a jerk.
Do you have your Venmo set up as a business or something? Or just
That's what I was
takes
thinking.
out taxes?
I don't think I do because I've never had anybody else have that problem.
It must be her.
It could be her.
Yeah, it might be her account.
She rolled in that Venmo
you
money.
want to know what it is? It's because that OnlyFans money coming.
No,
out
it's
there.
not only.
She gets
Feet
attached
pics.
immediately.
How dare you?
Watch out,
Hold on.
OnlyFans.
That's not true.
Karen.
And I'm pissed at you.
Karen, who are you dating?
Yeah. Do you? I mean, do
We
you
don't even know your girlfriend. She was here, maybe.
You don't know.
Hey, as long as you're comfortable.
How does that even work? She lives in. Well, let's not say where she lives, but
Yeah, let's not.
in another state.
Mm-hmm.
State of mind?
No.
No.
Physical location.
Oh. Just
Peter's
clear.
willing to do this too. I couldn't do it.
Oh, that's because I'm desperate.
Joe,
No. What do
you're
you mean?
30.
I'm 29.
Don't you round up on me?
Yeah, come on, man.
He ain't
Come
Venmo.
here.
How does this work? So you see her like once a month?
A couple times a month, yeah.
I think the
Have
long
you been
distance
there?
relationship
Mm-hmm.
is cool. Two of my brothers have long distance relationships.
My parents.
That's not
did
true.
My parents.
Yeah.
did
They
long
moved.
distance
He
for years
moved.
before they
Yeah,
got
after a
married.
year of long
I didn't know
distance,
that.
he moved there to Colorado, and then now they're married. And then my other brother went to the boot camp and stuff, and he was. Long
I'm not saying it's
distance for,
impossible.
a
I'm just
month
saying
and
it's
stuff,
like
and-
yeah, but they were dating before. It's different.
Yeah, well, so is Josh. I mean, were you dating before, or did it start over the long distance?
It started
Over
over
long
long distance, yeah.
Well, you know what? Everybody has their own thing.
I didn't. Well, I wasn't coming
Not
out. I
everybody
was just
can
saying
be,
how's
not
it
everybody
work.
can be you, Cameron.
Yeah.
You have
No,
a long
you
distance
can't.
relationship. No, long
Dude,
distance to
shut
her house.
the fuck up.
Where does she live at?
Well, I'm not gonna say
We're not gonna
exactly
say
where.
exactly
What's her
where,
address?
But she lives
Dude, it's
far
like
away.
How
I'll
many
tell you
minutes?
after the show.
How many minutes driving?
Well, it's probably like 20, but feels like 40.
It does feel like 40.
Okay.
It's quite a drive.
It's
It's just
simple.
one long ride.
I also want to
That's
bring
what
this
it
up.
is.
I also want to apologize to Joe, Redhead. Redhead Joe. My birthday was recently, and he didn't have to do this. I just wanted to eat with him, so we went out. We went and ate last night.
We went to dinner.
Yeah, and this is what I texted you, and I hate this about myself too. I over-exaggerate my own hunger
Oh man.
to where I just.
Wait, no went to eat after we already went?
What are you talking about? This
You're
was
talking
yesterday.
Okay, so you're talking
Yeah,
about...
we
I
went
thought-
to Dempsey's
I didn't know
last
if you were
night.
talking about Waffle House.
No.
No.
Oh, we can talk about that. That's
Oh,
next.
Man, yeah, we can talk about that.
And I want you to tell it. So,
Okay.
so we go to eat, right? And I'm starving. I hadn't eaten since like noon, and it's like 7:30. We got a large order of boudin balls,
Mhm.
and I ate 8 of them because Joe didn't
Well,
want
yeah,
them.
well, I didn't want that many.
I
I
ate
looked
all
at
of
it
them.
before we ordered, and I said, "You want 3 or do you want 6?"
He said-
And
he said-
definitely 6. I'm starving. I was like, "All right, let's get the large thing."
And then he was like, by the way, I'm paying for this. I'm like, dude, you don't have to do that. But then he insisted.
Birthday dinner.
Like
man.
Hey,
50
you know
times.
My birthday's November 22nd.
And I'm
McDonald's.
like, oh,
McDonald's.
okay. I'm like, oh, okay, fine, whatever.
Get that adult meal.
So,
he
this,
gets, like, the
so I get
freaking
the catfish platter. you lick your lips like it.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
I mean,
doesn't
it
it?
does.
so dry.
Oh.
I was getting ready
He's
to
got
talk.
like 10 pieces of catfish.
Dude, it
He
was
ate 2 of
fucking
them.
giant. Like,
He ate 2 pieces.
fucking giant.
We were at Kate's the other day. He gets the caniac, only eats 2 tenders. Caniac has 6. He's 4 short.
I don't know how it is in other states, but the caniac used to be like $8 down here, and now
It's like 13.
It's called
It's
inflation.
wait, a box is like 15
Oh,
after tax.
And the tender's smaller.
yeah,
Smaller.
I think it.
Inflation.
I think a caniac's $20.
No,
Yeah,
it's not 20 fucking
Well,
dollars.
regular meal like
After- well, I mean, with the
combo's,
drink and everything?
The combo's $10.
Yeah, right. Like,
Four
what is
piece
it, three
combo's
fingers?
$10.
Let's get back to this. I wanted to get your opinion.
Okay.
What did you think when I ordered the platter and ate two fucking, what is it called? Catfishes.
The catfish, it's just catfish fillets.
Oh my gosh, dude.
It's all right.
I ended up finishing it at home. I couldn't sleep last night. I ate it at 2 a.m.
Shut up. Did
I
you
fucking
really?
finished it at 2 a.m. And it was like 8.
You got, I mean, it's
It was
a
like-
mountain of catfish.
It was a,
and
first off,
fries
no.
and hush puppies.
It was a mountain of fries. And on top of the, first off, the fries were
You probably-
wet
you probably
and
eat
soggy.
fries,
Fries were
Okay,
not
so
good.
then you weren't.
So I was ruined.
Okay.
It was like 8 catfish tenders. And then like fillets. And then like 10 hush puppies around it.
Yeah.
Well, it came with hush
Dude.
puppies, and he got 2 sides, and he got more hush puppies and French fries.
Oh my gosh, fried bread. Can I
Yeah.
get some more?
Yeah.
This was after
And then you didn't even touch it.
After eating fried,
Dude, those hush puppies were.
Yeah,
that's
fried
so
food.
much fried food.
Dude, I wanted
And
to
I'm
die.
No wonder
would've
you
done
couldn't
the same
sleep.
thing.
I
Your
felt
body was rejecting
so
it.
bad. I bite into the fish. I was like, I don't want
And
this
let me
shit.
guess, you had the GP too. Dr. Pepper.
No, I got water.
Oh,
Drink
no.
half of
That's
it.
a first.
Yeah, he did get
I
water.
know.
He made the comment.
I made it.
No.
Joe got some weird
Yeah,
ass
last
sandwich,
week, I got the turkey melt.
dude. Yeah, but it was like
Au jus
wet
gravy.
and there was like grease and shit all over it.
Fucking delicious is what it was. It was sloppy. It was
Dude.
awesome.
Sloppy Joe.
Midway through, he's like, I gotta go wash my
I
hands.
had to go Dude, I'm talking like
He's taking
bread
all
was
the
soft,
napkins.
It was like falling apart. It was. I had
He's
to.
taking all the napkins.
Yeah.
Anyway, but we talked about in episode 3 the Waffle House experience. Now,
Y'all did?
No, not yours. But
Not
we talked
yours.
about like
We found out
we talked
after.
about how they try to dine and dash and then everything else.
Oh,
But then
okay.
the next day, you sent me a text that piqued my interest, and it
Y'all
said,
weren't sick.
"No."
Y'all
No.
really weren't sick.
I was not sick.
Oh my god.
I get it.
man.
I had great food.
I get a text.
Fuck y'all.
I get a text the next morning.
I had great food too. I ate every bite.
I get a text from Joe the next morning. Hey, are you okay? Like, are you sick? Are y'all sick? And I'm like, no. Why? He's like, I had to be hospitalized.
No.
and I-
No.
You said.
Let
I've
Joe
been.
tell the story.
You
Come
tell
on,
it.
You
Well, I'm
went
just-
there. All right. So we go to Waffle House. I obviously get the All Star, and I eat every bite.
Because he's an all-star.
Yeah. And
Well.
I go to bed that night. I wake up. It's 5 in the morning. I get woken up, and I'm just like, I don't feel great. So I go to the restroom, and I just immediately diarrhea. Like, strong diarrhea. You're really
Niagara
bad.
coming
And
out
I'm
my
just
butt.
like, oh my god.
Jeez.
And I've had this happen
Not
before.
this again.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said.
Oh my gosh.
You said that?
Yeah, in my head I was like, man, this better not turn into what I think it is. Because this is about to be
I
a
see
long
you.
day.
Vulnerable.
Joe got dysentery. Diarrhea forever. Shriveled up and died.
I see you like freaking frivolous and like not this again.
It's awful.
Again.
It was awful.
Like feeble, like corona. Oh, I can't.
So
continue.
there I am, diarrheaing on the toilet at 5 in the morning. And I finish up. I'm going back to bed, and I'm laying there for about 5 minutes, and it's like, nope, we're going back.
Going back to
Round
battle,
two.
boys.
And I
Going
do
back
that.
to battle.
I do that for about 3 hours.
Holy cow, dude.
Yeah,
Why,
back
that
and
toilet
forth.
seat must have been warm.
Back and forth for about 3 hours, and then I go back in there, and I've been waiting for it because I know how this was going. I had the trash can prepped and everything. I started puking at the same time.
Oh my.
While you're
Isn't that
shitting?
the worst?
While I'm diarrheaing.
Isn't that the worst when it's coming out both ends?
At the same
That's
time.
never happened to me.
I've had
once.
it.
You're
It's been a
lucky.
long time, but I've had it as,
It's been
as
like
a child.
4 times now.
For
It's awful. It's
the past year.
it really is awful. Like if there is something that
It's
you
that girlfriend, dude.
want to wish
Get
upon an
nervous.
enemy that like you hate, but you don't want them to like actually die, wish this upon them because it's like torture. It sucks.
Go eat Waffle House All-Star meal.
Yeah. So,
Guys.
and then I
They're a
tried
sponsor.
puked and diarrheaed for another probably 2 hours.
Holy cow, bro.
And
So we're
I-
at like
Wait, and
like
that
my body's out. Like I have no fluids. I can't hold fluids. I can't hold water. I tried ice cubes. It would like immediately come right back out.
which
Both
way?
sides.
Oh, both sides.
I mean, just
Full cube.
yeah. So I'm basically dry heaving. It's all bile coming out. And the previous times that this has happened, I ended up going to the urgent care and just having them give me an IV of saline so I could get fluids back in my body. And so that's what I did. I went to the urgent care, got a bag of saline, and they gave me a shot of Phenergan, which it just stops the nausea. So no more vomiting. And I just slept for 4 hours immediately after that. Woke up feeling better, ate dinner, slept for another 2 hours, woke up, ate again, and slept for 10 hours.
And then not again. Came back.
Yeah.
So you didn't go to work?
I went to work after lunch the next day. I missed one day of work. And then
That's what happens when you get
Dude, that reminds me. You don't want to tell it. But that was a
I'm not
good ass
telling
story.
that.
Fuck.
Maybe one other day. Not today.
We'll tell it after.
I want to give it some time
Oh.
when I can laugh about it.
it's still fresh.
Yeah, it's still fresh.
Okay.
It's a fresh story.
We'll pivot. I'm sure Cam has something else about
I
himself.
have like
he wants to
4
talk
things,
about.
yeah, but
Like what? Let me see that.
well, do you want to do the sauna?
I'm gonna pick one.
Do you want sauna? Fears of mine?
Pick your topic.
Yeah, let's go to fears.
All
Let's
right.
go to fears because we were talking about the tree stump and
Right.
your
Yeah,
dad
you're right.
making you.
Yeah, we're afraid of our fathers. Yeah.
No.
Forefathers.
I have a fear of putting on like a ring.
And it not coming
Fear
off.
of commitment.
No, not commitment.
It's just
Yeah.
not coming
That's not
off.
what you think, and it not coming off.
See, I know him better than you do.
Oh.
But
Like,
you
I had
can't.
I had a hard time doing
Yes, you
the
did.
Chinese finger trap
Oh,
things.
finger trap?
Oh,
Scared the
man.
shit out of me, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, I'm
Those
losing my
things freaked
fingers.
me out as a little kid.
Like,
I couldn't do it. I couldn't get out.
I'm like losing- I'm like losing
The
my
Chinese,
fingers.
we're going to sell all this to the white people.
Yeah, so that one, and then
Okay.
also, I don't like to wear like an undershirt when I'm playing basketball, like with a jersey on.
Oh, I have to. Got new alarms. Can't.
And I sweat a lot. And I thought of this, like sometimes like there'd be a time where I try to take off my jersey and it's I'm too sweaty and it's stuck to my body. And you freak out and it's like halfway through.
That's
and
a
you're-
fear.
That's a huge fear. Fear. It's a
What are you
fear.
afraid of exactly?
It's getting stuck. It's getting stuck. It's like the ring
Stuck in
thing.
a
You'll never-
relationship. Stuck in the ring. Stuck in...
What I compare it to, and I literally have this written in my notes.
You think that's a metaphor for something?
No. What I haven't. Help! I'm stuck.
Oh, help.
No.
Oh, help me, Ryan.
I'm stuck in the dryer. I was
Get
trying to-
No, but it makes. Here's what I
Grab
relate
the
to.
butter.
It's when Peter Parker in Spider-Man 3 is getting the venom off,
Oh.
and he's banging against the
Yeah,
bell,
against the
and
bell.
he's like, "Gah!" and that's what I related to. That's what it feels like.
Okay, that was a good reference.
Do you have any
that's
fears?
Great.
The dark. I don't like the dark.
You don't like the dark
I
either?
don't like the dark.
Can we get this out there?
Do you sleep with the light on?
I don't care
No.
how old you are. Everybody's afraid of the dark.
I think it's more of just people are afraid of the unknown. You don't know, like,
Exactly.
you don't know what's out there.
If I had to
If
walk,
I knew what it was, it'd be okay.
I still run to go put out
Yeah.
the trash.
oh, dude,
I busted my chin open when I was a little kid doing that.
when I get out of the pool, I think there's a shark behind me.
Do you
And I
really?
fucking
No,
run
I've
out
never
there,
understood
dude.
that.
Swimming
I've never
pool?
understood that.
Sharks
I never-
can't live in chlorine, Cam.
You never.
Bull sharks, man. They're adapting. They're in the fresh water up in the Mississippi. They found
They
them.
are.
Did
They
y'all
are.
see that that video on the internet recently? Probably a TikTok of a lady that was going scuba diving. She was jumping out of a boat, and a shark was swimming up to her. As soon as she put her head down, she had to come right back up. She was about to bite her. This was within the last week or two.
Bang, go.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't go in the ocean. I go probably knee deep.
I don't like going far in the ocean because I'm taller. I'm 6'2", so like, especially going to like the sandbar.
Oh,
Like if I
don't
can't
get
touch
water
the
when I go
ground,
to the
if
beach.
I can't touch the ground, I'm not that great of a swimmer. I've relied on the height my whole life.
Yeah.
I can keep myself up kind of, and if my feet aren't touching the ground, if I can't see my feet,
Oh,
and I'm in
gosh.
the ocean, I'm not about it.
I don't get in the water when I go to the beach, because it's cold, and
Jeez.
It's just...
He hates the beach.
I like the
Me
beach.
too. You know how strong the sun is there?
No, it is. It's just
the worst
Because
part.
he's a strawberry blonde.
I
you're
want.
right,
I want to like the beach.
I get burned.
I like the atmosphere. I like the vibe. I like the surfer like thing.
The
But
bikinis.
no.
You notice he didn't say that.
Yeah.
He doesn't like
I
the
like
way-
the speedos,
he
the
doesn't
men. Hairy chest.
No.
Rub emotion.
All right, stop it. All right, that's not what I meant. Oh, but it just doesn't happen because it's just like I get sunburned. And it's just not fun. Once I get sunburned, there was a time when I went on
Game over.
vacation and we all because there's like nothing to do. It's like beach, hotel, pool, beach, hotel.
I love the pool though.
Yeah, but then like one time I got sunburned on the first day, and the next 2 days I spent in a dark room because I was like miserable.
Are you the shirt guy? You wear a shirt after you get burnt?
Oh, yeah.
I just
You go
don't.
outside?
Yeah. But I don't go out.
We went to spring break. We went to the beach in college.
That's nice. I've
We
never
get
been.
there we get there probably late afternoon, and we go out to the beach, maybe even early evening, and we're on the beach, so we take our shirts off. I get sunburnt when
Joe's
like,
the only guy, by the way, out there.
it's me and the entire sorority. No. So I'm a very pale redhead, and so I got pretty burned. No one else. We weren't even thinking about sunscreen. The rest of the trip, I spent out on the beach in a hoodie and sweatpants. I got so I was roasted.
Yeah, I know a guy who's allergic to the sun. He goes to the beach every year.
Allergic?
Allergic to the sun.
What does that mean? What does that look
I
like?
don't know, but
You
he
break
did.
out in a rash.
He has a umbrella when he's in the sunlight. He wears it. He has a full
That's
umbrella.
awful.
Mm-hmm. Beaches sometimes have them.
That brings me to another fear of mine: parenting. Like
Well.
at the no, not me, because I know I could keep
Other
them-
parents.
other parents,
Mm-hmm.
specifically at the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Part of my family is like this too. They just like their kids are at the fucking sandbar. And I'm like watching. I'm like, hey, they're gonna
I'm
get
not here to drown. I'm here
they're
to
gonna get swept
have a good
away.
time.
Like these
The
kids
rip
are like
guys,
no, they're like
they're
4.
here.
They're
It
like
really does. I'm not doing
they're like
that,
early.
man.
Like they just like
I
they
like breathing
And I come from a
above
big
water.
family. They come from a big family. I come from a big family, and it's like the parents are all talking, and it's like some of their kids are like
Drifting.
just with floaties on, and it's in the ocean with like
Terrifying.
animals, an aquatic life.
You know what I hate about
Also, I was in the middle of a sentence,
It's
and
his
you cut me
podcast,
off.
man.
Yeah,
It is
well,
my
I'm trying
podcast.
to turn more into you.
Yeah, we were at a football game, and the stadium, it was like I don't know, but it was like a high ledge,
Yeah.
and there's just like a bar, and this woman was just letting her kids play around.
Oof.
It was like 20 feet up. It was like a
It'd be
big
way
stadium.
cooler story if
Hey.
one of them fell.
That's what me and my dad were having heart attacks. I'm like, hey, get your fucking kid. They're just playing
You
and
know
running
what?
around the
You know
ledge.
what? Darwinism. We don't need them. We don't need more of those people reproducing. Anyways.
Jeez.
The world's population is set to hit 8 billion people here in the next few weeks. It was 2.5 billion in 1950.
Really?
That's a lot more people in not a lot of time.
Well, in the 70s, it was 4 billion.
Yeah.
People.
Now
Anyways,
it's almost
what-
8.
what-
Math.
What annoys me, I saw it today going to class. Parents who have these backpack frickin' leashes. What is that? It looks awful. It looks awful. You see it
I
in
was on a
Disney-
leash when I was a kid.
No way.
Yeah, I was. I was a wild child. My mom was like, "No, I don't know where
Like
the
a-
hell you're
a
going. You're being
literal-
right here."
A leash?
Like a
Did you
literal
crawl?
leash.
Were you
Like a-
crawling?
Absolutely.
I'm talking about
Not like a
I'm
fucking
talking
dog
about-
collar leash, but
That's
Yeah,
what I
now.
pictured.
like it was
Yeah,
like
now.
it was like
He's a
attached to
dog.
the- yeah, right?
Redhead Joe is kinky.
It was attached to my wrist, so she could make sure she knew where I was and everything.
I'm not about that. I think you get lost, you get lost. I got lost in Disney World.
I
at
got lost in
4.
the grocery store plenty of times.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You always get a treat out of it. You know?
Yeah. Some
You
stranger
always
touches
do
your
some-
wiener.
Jeez.
Just me.
Just me? Hang in there, Red Joe.
Whoa.
Anyways, but it just looks inhumane, and I don't like it. I
It
think,
just looks weird. You're not-
especially if you only have one kid. It's only people who have one kid that
Yeah,
do
you don't have
this.
any siblings.
You
do
never
you?
see.
You have an older
I
brother.
have an older
You
brother.
never see a parent with multiple kids have multiple leashes. It's
Could you
always
imagine?
one kid, one
Yeah,
leash.
and
If you
one
can't
kid's probably
handle that,
really bad.
you got 2 parents for most kids. Most kids have two parents, okay, that means you're still a man to man. You got 2 for 1, okay? Once you get to 3, that's zone coverage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like, you can't handle 1 kid.
Sometimes
Sheesh.
it's hard. Kids are sneaky.
I know, and it's gonna come back and bite me later in life. But this is what I'm
It's
saying.
like,
right now.
it's like your kid is lost and you just never see it.
If only,
Creates a story.
If only I
It's
put him
sob
on a leash.
story.
We'll go back to this callback.
I'll
We'll call
use it-
back if we're doing the podcast
Yeah.
still. We're like, hey,
I'll
remember
use it as a
episode
sob
2?
story.
if,
When we're still doing, when
Yeah.
whatever
positives.
episode of the podcast y'all are on then.
probably 2 million.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
All right. I have a game coming up, so I kind of got to wrap this up. You want to come to my game?
I do not.
No.
I got karaoke.
No, not you.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You
Yeah.
sing karaoke now?
Yeah.
Where at?
Chelsea's Live.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Don't give Chelsea's Live your money just because I said that.
Okay.
It's a free sponsor.
Yeah, you're welcome, Chelsea.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
It was great talking to you, Red.
Joe, I had a great time. Did you have a good time?
Yep.
I'd love to do
We've
this
got a lot
again.
to work on.
What do you mean?
Maybe some transitions, maybe the introduction.
Oh yeah,
We're
well
still
we
in
have
the
somebody
early
doing that.
stages. We're still
Okay.
good.
We're gonna work on like a nice
Are
animation.
you going to edit? Or are you just...
No, no,
No,
We're gonna keep
Cameron
all this
doesn't
in.
edit
Okay.
and it annoys me.
Why would you edit? Why would we
sound
edit?
to be good. I want people to not be like,
What do you mean the sound? It has nothing. What do you mean the sound? We're talking into these. These are the microphones we have. You can't make the sound better. We just gotta get better microphones.
Change the levels.
Okay, well we can do that later.
Fancier microphones.
Dude, we've got like 40. We've got like 85 views. I think we're
Yeah,
fine.
dude, you got tens of
We
views.
got 85 views.
Total.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's still higher than I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing well.
Guys,
Yeah.
please subscribe.
We're going up.
Please, smash that like and subscribe.
Tell a friend. Tell
Let us
five-
know your favorite movie.
Everybody,
in the
tell
comments.
5 friends, or else we're
Tell
gonna
5
stop doing
friends
the
to tell
show.
5 friends.
And remember, put Stinky Pete in the comments.
Don't
Yeah.
call me Stinky.
Everybody, if you like the show, put Stinky Pete.
No.
It's an inside joke. He gets it.
I don't.
Or Redhead
He loves
Joe.
it.
No,
Don't
Redhead
Redhead
Joe.
Joe. Redhead Joe.
Redhead Joe and Stinky
I think you might be a reoccurring guest. Redhead
recurring
Joe. Recurring? That's how you
or
say it?
reoccurring.
Or, hey, reoccurring is if like something occurs once and then it starts occurring again later. But recurring is just like continuously.
You're gonna be our Aaron Rodgers to the Pat McAfee show.
Okay. I'm not doing ayahuasca.
No,
I might. I don't know.
ayahuasca or whatever.
However you pronounce
No,
it.
you don't have to do it.
I don't do
Minus
that.
the family problem?
Yep.
He doesn't have a family.
Aaron Rodgers.
Wow.
You
He doesn't.
That's what he was
No,
saying.
not you.
He
no,
said I
not
don't
Joe.
have a family.
No, I was
He
talking
told
about.
me earlier. You
What's
saw my
this?
dad today.
I was like, hey, I saw your dad. Looks disappointed.
his hand still has the burn mark on it. Call back!
he can't. He has to use his other hand to play racquetball.
Okay, well, I guess that's it.
All right. Episode. What was this? 4?
Episode 4.
Wow, I feel very blessed.
You're our first ever guest.
Let it
Milestone.
know.
We gotta like get something. And,
Give
like,
me a
frame it.
plaque.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Buy my dinner.
Maybe if you get on that 5 times.
Maybe on your birthday.
We'll do it. Whoever's on the
Wow.
show 5 times gets a plaque or something. Just like they do with like SNL. You're
All right.
shit.
All right.
Okay.
I'm ending it.
Okay, bye.